Welcome to the TILOS Demo Center. In the following session, you will learn how to create and plan a new project using TILOS. The planning process is designed to work in the same way as if you were planning manually on paper, albeit aided by project management functions. Similar to other Windows-based programs, new projects are created using the File New Menu function. The following dialog shows a list of templates to choose from. A template contains predefined calendars, resources, as well as task templates for special project types such as road, rail and pipeline projects. We will select the Road Builders template for our sample project and click OK. In the new sub-project settings, you can enter specific details for your project, like the name of the project and the start and end date coordinates based on the default distance unit selected. You can also define the working times and calendar views. However, this type of data can also be entered at a later stage. We can change now the project name to today's project. Default unit being meters, start distance -200, end distance we will change accordingly to 4,200 meters for our project sample. The start date we can change to Monday the 18th, and the end date we will change to the 29th of August. The duration of the default working time can be displayed in any time unit defined by the user. Our specific example shows the setting D for day. A day in this specific example represents an 8-hour working day. The project can be stored in your project folder. All information regarding this project will be stored in one single file, which can easily be forwarded or shared by email with other people. So by clicking the Apply button and saving today's project, we will then have created our sample project example, which we can continue to work with during this tutorial. The TILOS graphical user interface consists of 5 main areas. The main toolbar on the left-hand upper corner of your screen, the TILOS Explorer on the left-hand side of your screen, the TILOS Insert Object toolbar located between the TILOS Explorer and the main working area, the Details toolbar at the bottom of your screen, which consists of view tabs of specific objects in the main working area, and last but not least, in the center of your screen, the main working area. The majority of the TILOS user interface, however, is managed by the so-called TILOS Explorer on your left-hand side, which is the tree structure displayed here. The Views folder contains views of your plan, which defines a certain layout of your project. This allows you to define an unlimited number of views of your project. When accessing a project, the last view used will be displayed in the main working area of the program window in the middle of your screen. The Details toolbar at the bottom of the screen always shows the current data related to the selected items. The View tab here basically displays the width of the column and the height of the rows in the main working area. The first object we are going to insert today is a distance graphic, which is usually an image stored in a file somewhere. In order to do so, we need to highlight the area which we would like to insert the graphic into. So in this specific case, let us highlight the row above the distance field by going to the Insert Objects toolbar in the middle of the screen, if we click on the Insert Graphic icon, draw a small rectangle in the field which we highlighted beforehand. We will then receive a dialog called Insert Graphic Object Insert Options, which allows you to insert a graphic in 4 different ways, as a symbol from the library, from an insert graphic from the library, or an insert graphic from file stored somewhere, for example on your hard disk. However, it is also possible to insert OLE objects too. Select the option Insert Graphic from File and click on OK. Don't panic, proceed to the add-on folder at this stage and click on the roadmap JPEG and confirm by clicking OK. And you can see now in the top left hand corner we have inserted a distance graphic which can be altered inside by clicking on and pulling and stretching the edit lines. Apart from using the edit lines to change the size of the image, the graphic can also be adjusted using 2 known distance coordinates within the image. By clicking on the image and pressing the button Adjust Position in the lower left hand corner of your screen in the View Position tab, clicking on Adjust Position and placing the cross between Miles and Jefferson Street while pressing your left mouse button and then releasing it, you will receive a dialog window which will give you the opportunity to manipulate or change the start and end distance coordinates between both streets. In this case we will choose 1200 and 2100 accordingly. By confirming the coordinates by clicking the OK button, you can see now that Miles and Jefferson Street have been aligned according to the coordinates you have fitted. So what we've actually done is we have customized the distance graphic according to the coordinates. One of the main advantages being that if you have to reduce the size of your working area, you will notice that the graphic will always retain and keep these coordinates. There are, however, other basic objects like text fields, lines or shapes which can also be inserted using the Insert Object toolbar. Within a TILOS view, width and height can be changed individually, which is not always possible using CAD systems or Excel to create time distance diagraphs. If we change the visible view area, for example from -200 to say 1000, if we go to the details toolbar at the bottom left hand side of your screen, click on cell settings, then change the start distance to 1000 and pressing the return button, you will see that you have now adjusted the range of the distance graphic within the main working area successfully to 1000 meters. The main advantage is that you can basically clip and adjust graphics accordingly to fit the distance coordinates in your main working area. And basically, to go back to the initial status, simply click on the undo button in the main toolbar at the top left hand side of your screen, and we will then return to our status quo. I'm now going to show you how to add distance scales and grids to your time location diagram by clicking on the cell below the distance graphic, and by proceeding to the details toolbar at the bottom of your page on the define distance scales view tab by clicking on the third row from the bottom. The dialog that I now receive enables me to change any number of texts, but also values using the F8 key, for example, in the text display. I can also change information regarding the text, how I would like to present the text. However, we will proceed to the station point grids by clicking on the edit icon button for a moment, and this dialog now allows me to insert any number of lines by using the plus symbol, the add line icon. However, instead of basically inserting each line separately, there is a more cost-effective and quicker way of doing this, namely by clicking on the import and column settings. Basically, this dialog allows me, based on the columns shown here, by ticking on any of the boxes which are relevant for my import data, I can then basically import my lines en masse as opposed to singly. I will now change to my Excel software, and basically by copy and pasting the information that I have already prepared, and by returning back to TILOS by clicking on the import button, you can see how easy it is basically to import mass data as opposed to each and every separate line. So by clicking on OK, and by clicking on OK again, you can now see that the main working area of our time distance diagram has been updated. Not only text has been inserted, but you can also see that we now have color coded scales and grids, which improves the visibility of my working plan to a new level.